Alright, is FrOzenSwipe here. I have a game of Gun Game on Express, I do believe. And I've actually been playing a lot of the party playlist recently. I feel that I'm actually having more fun playing this playlist than I am the core playlist. Just because, it's something different, and obviously there's a novelty to it, and, with each of the different game modes. But not only that, I feel I'm actually doing better in these game modes than I would in normal core game modes, which I think is kind of weird. But, from playing the party playlist, I've also kind of gotten into playing some free-for-all, so, I might try and mix it up, and, you might see some more free-for-all, some more gun game. Sharpshooter also is another one I've been playing quite a bit. Not so much Sticks and Stones, although it is a fun game type to play. I'm not particularly good at it. And not so much Win the Chamber, because that requires a lot of knifing, and I play on tactical. Knifing is very hard to do on tactical, so yeah, there's that. But anyway, what I want to talk about in this commentary is that I went to the hairdressers last week, I do believe, and it kind of got me thinking that going to the hairdressers is nowhere near as easy as it once was. I mean, if you think back to your childhood, generally speaking, you didn't really know what you want, and you didn't really care. Either your mum or your dad went with you and they told the hairdresser how to cut your hair, and you just stood there and stared blankly into the mirror as the person did their job. That's fine. But now that I've been given free reign over what kind of hair I want, I don't know what kind of hair I want. All I know is I don't want to look like a scaldy bollocks, and that my parents will disown me if I come back looking like a scaldy bollocks, which means that I can't just order for a 1 or 2 blade all over, as easy as that would be. Also, I don't really want to have the kind of hair that I used to have as a child, because I often got ridiculed for it, and well, no one really likes ridicule. However, I still don't really know what I want. I wanted to try grow it out a bit, but, kind of go for not quite an emo Justin Bieber kind of thing, but not really at the same time. See, I don't even really know how to describe it, or really what it is, or I don't even have a proper mental image of what I want. How the hell am I meant to, tell that to the person who's trying to cut my hair in such a way that it grows into what I want? And this is the vast battle I've been having with hairdressers for the last while, and it's resulted in a kind of weird semi-in-between the two kind of style that I think at this point everyone just kind of associates me with. So now I'm kind of going for what I have now, which is just, I don't even know how to describe it, and I'm not even sure if... Now that I've said this, actually, you'll probably want to see a photo of me and what my hair looks like, but I don't know, it's kind of weird. You can make your mind up yourself. I don't even really know. But also, the other problem with this is that not only do I have to try and explain something that I'm not really sure how to explain, but I also now have to develop some sort of knowledge of hairdressing, because I need to give them very specific instructions as to go about making this style that I don't really know how to describe. So now I have to know more about their job than they do for some reason. And I'm there going, well, you're the expert here. I'm paying you to make my hair look like this, kind of. And, you should know how to go about doing it. It'd be much easier if barbershops now were just like they were in the old days, where you could look at a poster on a wall with various, charts of men's hairstyles, or in a magazine where you see various pictures of male models and whatnot, and you can literally just go, right, yeah, see that fellow, he has nice hair, make my hair look like his. And that would be as easy as that. But unfortunately, that's not really how this has turned out. The other problem with this is that I'm not the most confident person in the world. I don't like giving instructions. Reason being is that I'm afraid of coming across as either over-controlling or too picky. Also, what if I give the wrong kind of instructions, and they know I'm giving the wrong kind of instructions, but they feel the need to carry out my stupid mistake anyway? That's the kind of thing that terrifies me. Because for some reason, a person who I am paying money to in order to listen to my instructions as to how I want my hair matters a lot to me for some reason, and I have no idea why that is. Also, if I have to give detailed instructions as to what I want, well then I can't blame the hairdresser for messing it up if they follow my instructions exactly. So now, the more responsible I am for my own happiness, the less I can blame other people for when it goes wrong. But not only that, there are a couple of other things that I've noticed. Of the 3 or 4 hairdressers that I've gone to, for some reason, male hairdressers who are bald seem to be very common. And I'm not sure if that's just in my area, but of the 3 different barbershops that I've gone to in my life, 2 of them have had bald hairdressers. Now, that's not to say that bald people can't be hairdressers, but there is a divine irony there, much in the same way that It'd be like going to a blind optician. Not to say that blind people can't be opticians or that bald people can't be hairdressers, but you have to admit there's a divine irony there that even they have to recognise. Another thing that I've noticed is that some barbershops will go through the effort of spraying your hair down with this weird water squirter thing, the kind of thing that you'd spray at your cat to get them off the couch. However, I noticed that other barbershops don't do this. It means that either half the time I'm getting a subpar service as they're leaving out a vital step of the operation, or it means that half the time I'm being unnecessarily squirted with water, much like a cat that you want to get off your couch, which is also unpleasant. So, is it really necessary or isn't it? Because the opinions seem to change from barbershop to barbershop. Another thing that I've noticed is that for some reason hairdressers seem to have the opinion that they need to converse with you as they're performing their job. Now, it may strike you to learn this, but I'm not really a talkative person as much as you may think otherwise. I don't particularly like conversations, especially with people I don't really know and don't really care for. Not to not have anything against them, it's just that, well, I don't really want a conversation. I'd much rather do as I did as a child, which is simply sit in the chair and stare blankly at the mirror while they go about their business. However, for some reason, they feel the need to distract themselves from their primary objective, which is cutting my hair, which is what I am paying them for, by the way. I am in no means paying for them to have a conversation which I don't necessarily want, because that would just be weird. And also, you could probably do that for free by talking to any number of other strangers. What I'm paying you to do is to cut my hair. Don't purposely distract yourself with something that I don't even want. Because if you get distracted with this secondary task that you've taken upon yourself of having a conversation with me that I don't even want, and you end up screwing up your primary objective, which is cutting my hair to my satisfaction, then I'm the one who has to live with the consequences of that, because you felt the need to give me a completely unnecessary service when I did not ask for it in any way, shape or form. So now I have got a huge chunk missing out of the back of my head just because you wanted to tell me about what your children were up to last night. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, it hasn't actually happened. But still, I feel they shouldn't be distracting themselves from what I actually want them to do. Another thing is that, after you've had your haircut and all the rest of it, and you've had your eternal bath with them, and you've given them your instructions, and you're kind of somewhat satisfied, and you feel that, oh, well, I can always kind of blame them because they didn't really follow my instructions the way I told them, even though they kind of did, and you realize that you really messed up and it looks shit. But they'll do this thing where they put the mirror behind your head, and you can, see in the reflection of the mirror what the back of your head looks like. And at this point last week, I was there like, after seeing this, I was like, you could probably take a little bit more off the back just to keep it in keeping with the rest of it, because the rest of it was kind of short in comparison. As a result, they managed to even out the back, and it looked a lot nicer as a result. This is a genuinely useful service. So why is this the part that everyone makes jokes about? I know the idea is that, well, I can't see the back of my head, therefore I don't care, but the rest of the world can see the back of your head, so the rest of the world will care. And while you may be brimming with confidence and don't give a fuck what other people think, unfortunately, I, with the inferiority complex I have, require the approval of everyone I meet. So, having the back of my head look like complete and utter shite is not going to be good for me, and I need to be able to see that what other people see is at least somewhat satisfactory. It is a genuinely useful service, and for those of us who are actually conscious of what other people think of us, it's useful, and I don't see why people ridicule it so much. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed. If you want me to make more of these kind of, off the wall rant type videos, then feel free to leave a like or, give me a comment. If you actually want me to rant about a particular subject, then feel free to leave it in the comments. And yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed, and thank you for watching.